Good morning, and welcome to the fall address and the presidential investiture. We gather on the historic oval surrounded by the beautiful American elm trees that are just starting to turn that stunning golden yellow. By being together in this space, we are joined by legacy and tradition as we celebrate the formal investiture of our 16th president of Colorado State University, President Amy Parsons. To honor university tradition, I ask all those who are able to please rise for the formal academic processional accompanied by the Colorado State Marching Band, conducted by CSU Marching Band and Director of Athletic Bands, Dr. Jamie Taylor. The processional will begin their entrance at the top of the oval and proceed down the center toward the administration building behind me. Guests, please rise. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors presented by the Winged Walker Honor Guard and for the national anthem sung by Christy Shuck from the studio of Dr. Tiffany Blake and accompanied by the CSU Marching Band conducted by Director of Bands Dr. Rebecca Phillips.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets refilling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You are welcome to be seated. Thank you again to the CSU Marching Band and drum majors Jacqueline Oliveira and Lucy McCrossan, Christy Shuck to the Wing Walker Honor Guard, and to the CSU Spirit Squad coached by Don Burton. And a special thank you to our American Sign Language interpreters Sammy Lindner and Kenneth Bridges. Good morning, and once again welcome to the 2023 Fall Address and Investiture for our 16th President of Colorado State University, Amy Parsons. My name is Erin Ellis, and I am a current presidential ambassador and a fourth-year student in early childhood education working to obtain my teacher licensure. When looking for a college to attend just 4 short years ago, I wanted to find the same close community that I experienced in my small hometown of Grover, Colorado. From the first moment I stepped onto this campus, I felt at home. Not only is this university beautiful, but like our 16th president, the people here are welcoming and strive to change the world. I know the connections I have made at this university will last a lifetime. I cannot express how proud I am to be a CSU Ram. I am so grateful for the opportunities I have at CSU, but these opportunities have come at a cost to others. It is with great humility and honor that I share Colorado State University's land acknowledgement statement. The purpose of this statement is to show respect for the indigenous peoples of this land and to recognize the deep connection to the land and everything within and upon it. Practicing acknowledgement can also bring awareness and understanding about peoples and histories that are often suppressed or forgotten. As we come together to welcome and celebrate our new president, we must also continue our journey to heal and reconcile with all nations. Colorado State University acknowledges with respect that the land we are on today is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples. This was also a site of trade, gathering, and healing for numerous other native tribes. We recognize the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and all the relatives within it. As these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties nations have to their traditional homelands are renewed and reaffirmed. CSU is founded as a land-grant institution, and we accept that our mission must encompass access to education and inclusion. And significantly, that our founding came at the dire cost to Native nations and peoples whose land this university was built upon. This acknowledgement is the education and inclusion we must practice in recognizing our institutional history, responsibility, and commitment. Now, Help me please welcome to the podium ASCSU President Nick DeSalvo, who will take this opportunity to recognize Colorado State University's Platform Party, distinguished faculty and staff, special guests, and dignitaries.
Thank you, Aaron. As mentioned, I'm the sitting president of the Associated Students of Colorado State University, or ASCSU. I stand looking out, and I'm humbled today to represent the student voice at such a historic celebration of tradition. We have numerous individuals and groups here today that we'd like to acknowledge. Please rise or wave as you're able to, so we may recognize you. We are proud to welcome the leadership of the City of Fort Collins and the Fort Collins City Council. Officials and staff who represent our community at the state and federal level. We will now recognize those who participated in our formal academic processional. Please rise as you're able and remain standing. University distinguished professors, university distinguished teaching scholars, CSU department heads and chairs. You may be seated. Please help me recognize those on the platform joining us for this momentous occasion. Please rise as you are able and remain standing. Chair of the Board of Governors, Armando Valdez. Members of the CSU System Board of Governors. Members of the CSU System Chancellor's Office. Members of the President's Cabinet. Colorado State University Deans and College Representatives. Thank you all for joining us on this celebratory morning. You may be seated. These final individuals that we are recognizing have each had a lasting, positive impact on our campus and community. So please help me welcome former Interim President Rick Miranda, th President and current Chancellor of the Colorado State University System, Tony Frank. Last but not least, the People's President, the newest addition, the 16th President of CSU, President Amy Parsons. You all may be seated. Thank you for joining us, and please help me welcome to the podium Chair of the Board of Governors of the CSU System, Armando Valdez.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day for a wonderful celebratory event. Thank you, Nick. As a graduate of CSU, I am beyond excited to be part of this extraordinary celebration and humbled to serve my alma mater in the role of the Board of Governors Chair. I am honored to be able to share some remarks from Governor Polis. Dear President Parsons and the Colorado State University community, while I'm not able to join you in person for this historic occasion, I am pleased to send my best wishes and congratulations as you celebrate the investiture of Colorado State's 16th president. The future is bright for Colorado State, and I look forward to working with Amy for years to come. For 153 years, Colorado State has served the people of Colorado as the state's land-grant university with an unwavering commitment to excellence, innovation, and access. President Parsons, we are proud to entrust you with the leadership of this great Colorado institution and have the full confidence you will stand among its finest and most dedicated presidents. On behalf of the people of Colorado, whom we're all honored to serve, congratulations and best wishes. and we thank the Governor for his sentiments and remarks. On behalf of the Governor, the General Assembly of the State of Colorado, and my colleagues on the Board of Governors of the CSU system, let me add my welcome to this investiture celebration. The Board of Governors is appointed by the Governor and confirmed by the Senate to represent the citizens of Colorado, and is charged with making real our promise to deliver the finest education possible to anyone with the talent and motivation to earn a college degree, changing forever in that process both themselves and the society which we are all a part. Our society cannot function without educated leaders, the next generation of discoverers, creators, and engaged citizens. And those are exactly what Colorado State University is charged with producing. The university functions as a product of the faculty, the staff, the students, her alumni, her friends, and her leaders. While the board is concerned with discharging its full range of fiduciary responsibilities, perhaps the greatest responsibility the board has is the selection of those leaders, the Chancellor and the presidents. Colorado State University is an exceptional university, and she deserves an extraordinary president. And I am confident, I know it, that we have found that in our leader, President Amy Parsons. And now, Chancellor Frank, would you please come forward to say a few words and share the traditional symbols we will present to the President during this investiture.
The 16th president of Colorado State University is no stranger to CSU. Amy's an alumna. She served as the general counsel, vice president for university operations, and executive vice chancellor. But today, she turns the page into a new chapter of her CSU history. In the building behind us is the office where Amy works. Charles Laurie spent 17 years of a 31-year presidency working in that office. Bill Morgan spent 2 decades there, changing Colorado A&M into Colorado State University. Ray Chamberlain spent a decade there, helping CSU take its first steps as a modern research university. Al Yates spent 13 transformative years there, creating the superb university that Colorado State University is today. And no recounting of Colorado State's past presidents would be complete without mentioning the 8 years of President Roy Green, who was caught by a stray bullet in the rump while at the Ship Tavern bar at the Brown Palace Hotel. And the moral to that story is, Amy, be careful when you leave campus. I spent 11 years in that office, and any of us who have been there would tell you that it is the most challenging and the most rewarding work that you will ever do. You'll make mistakes. When you do, own them and fix them. That's the CSU way. And you'll oversee great accomplishments, building the next layer on the foundation that has been entrusted to you. Amy, it's my hope that your presidency is characterized by wisdom, humility, and fearlessness, and that you never lose that important sense of time, that what's entrusted to you today wasn't built by any of us here, but by those who came before us, and we steward it not simply for this moment, but for the generations of students to come who will walk these lawns and have their lives transformed, and in doing so, become part of the next chapter of Lincoln's great experiment in the democratization of education. You're entrusted with an institution that is a part of that great experiment. Take good care of her. We now come to the point in the investiture ceremony where we present the new president with the mace and presidential medallion. And I'd like to invite the following people to join me now to the left of the podium. Board of Governors Chair Armando Valdez, Faculty Council Chair Dr. Melinda Smith, bringing with her the CSU mace, and the 16th President of Colorado State University, Amy Parsons. The Mace of Colorado State University that Faculty Council Chair Dr. Melinda Smith is holding represents the faculty of the institution and symbolizes the highest standards of academic integrity. Amy, it is presented to you as a sign of your duty to uphold that academic integrity and the spirit of shared governance that characterize an academic community. Dr. Smith, please present President Parsons with the mace. The Presidential Medallion is presented by the governing body, the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System. It links a personal connection to this university with the official seal, which is a modification of that of the official State of Colorado seal approved by the First General Assembly of the State of Colorado on 15 March 1877. The various elements of the seal combine to symbolize strength, authority, and leadership. President Parsons, in accepting this honor, you also accept the obligations of the office, the trust of our institutions, and the duty to uphold the mission of the Colorado State University system and its campuses. Chair Valdez, on behalf of the Board of Governors and the citizens of Colorado, please read the official investiture and then present the Presidential Medallion to CSU's 16th president.
Thank you, Tony. By the authority vested in me as chairperson of the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, and with the support of the Chancellor, Board of Governors, students, faculty, staff, and alumni of Colorado State University, I hereby install you as the 16th president of Colorado State University with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. This investiture is a testament to the trust placed in you as leader of this community of scholars, bound by the traditions, values, and standards of the Academy, and guided by the land-grant mission to serve through teaching, research, and outreach. We welcome you, we congratulate you, and we pledge our support to you as you undertake the role of president. Congratulations.
It is your turn. If not now, when?
Wasn't sure if I was supposed to hold on to that or not. Good morning. Thank you, Chancellor Frank, Governor Valdez, and the entire Board of Governors. Thank you to our university community, our faculty, staff, and our students. Thank you for Mindy Smith serving as mace bearer today. This is also a day when I owe thanks to my own family, my husband Jeff, my daughter, my dad, friends and colleagues who are here. And thank you to everyone who made preparations for today and has a role to play, especially our amazing marching band, our spirit squad, our wing walker honor guard, and all of the musicians. Thank you. It is a remarkable honor to stand with you today and to serve as the 16th president of Colorado State University. I am both humbled and I am energized to take on this role, but most of all, I am dedicated to our continued work together to build on the history of this great institution. Since I officially started this role in February, there have been a lot of times since I've been walking across campus when I feel that 18-year-old freshman self inside of me coming up again, looking around saying, can you believe that we're here? Isn't this the most beautiful place in the world? And today I definitely have that feeling, that small voice inside my head that's so grateful to be part of this community. I never could have guessed when I started here as a freshman that the professor that I had in my small seminar group, Professor Bob Lawrence, who taught my seminar on global military politics, would go on to be a lifelong friend and mentor of mine, and that in this week leading up to my first fall address as president, he would email and tell me how proud he is of me, in his words telling me that he's proud I've gone from ops officer to base commander. Bob Lawrence is a testament to the role that one faculty member can play in the life of one student, and I know that that is a scenario that is played out across this campus every single day, thanks to our incredibly talented and dedicated faculty. After I graduated from CSU, I went to law school, and I came back here, right to this building, as an intern in the General Counsel's office. That was the summer of 1997, the summer of the Spring Creek flood, the very event that launched this annual tradition of the Fall Address. And I know that many of you who were also here that summer remember both the damage and the destruction of the flood, as well as the tremendous camaraderie and resilience of this community at the same time. Dr. Al Yates was the president at that time, and he was determined to use that time of adversity to make us stronger. I held those lessons of resiliency, determination, and unflinching pursuit of excellence and gratitude for this community from that day forward until today. And those are values that will guide me every day when I'm in this role, as president, as alumna, and now as a parent of a CSU student. The gratitude that I have for all of you and the time that you've given me over the last 8 months is just immeasurable. I've had the privilege of having hundreds, maybe thousands of conversations with all of you. And everywhere I go, whether it's on this campus or out around the state and the world, I hear the pride that we all have in Colorado State University. I hear a community that is still steeled its resolve to excellence. I hear resilience and that gratitude, the same values that I heard here so many years ago. And our foundation today is so strong. Our new incoming class is the most diverse in CSU history, the highest number of racially minoritized students and first-generation students ever to come to CSU at a time when our retention rates and our graduation rates continue to rise. This September, CSU was recognized as having the best interdisciplinary sustainability curriculum in the entire country. We have world-class environmental science faculty and researchers, broad commitment to societal and behavioral impacts across all of our colleges. Our veterinary medicine program is ranked second in the world. Well, I say the world, right, second in the country, but I think it's second in the world. And it's broadened into a far more comprehensive One Health strength. We have record-breaking numbers in our sponsored research expenditures, just shy of $500 million, $498.1 million in the last fiscal year. It's amazing. CSU is officially a research powerhouse. And we've done excellent work around our strategic planning, including the academic master plan, to guide our path going forward. And while we're proud of our achievements, we are not satisfied with the status quo. We are ready to move boldly forward, and I believe we have the team here to do it, starting with our outstanding faculty across the university. And today, I am honored to announce that Dr. Marion Underwood is our new provost and executive vice president. Marion is here today. Welcome to CSU. We are all excited to support you in this important role. Thank you to Dean Lisa Youngblade and the entire search committee, and thank you especially to Dean Jan Nerger for serving so well in that interim role over the last year. And thank you to all of our outstanding deans, and a special welcome to Dr. Alan Robinson, who starts this week as the Dean of the Walter Scott Jr. College of Engineering. So welcome, Dean Robinson. And a special congratulations to the Dean of the College of Agricultural Sciences, James Pritchett, who will be taking on the role of Vice President for Extension and Outreach starting January 1st. Very excited for him to start in that role. And thank you very much to Cathay Reynolds for serving in the interim vice president role over the last 15 months. And to our new and long-serving leaders, Vice Presidents Kyle Henley, Derek Dixon, Eric Ray, Colleen Cipriani, Brendan Hanlon, Blanche Hughes, Brandon Bernier, Athletics Director Joe Parker, Vice Provost Laura Jensen, Interim Vice President for Research Krista Johnson, Deputy General Counsel Janine Moore. thank you all so much for your tremendous energy and your expertise. And to the staff of the President's Office, I don't know what I did to deserve you all, but I am beyond grateful for you every single day. Chief of Staff Rico Munn, June Grice, Abby Marwig, Wayne Hall, Summer Gomez, Brett Anderson, Jim Bradeen, and Scott Shrake, and the incomparable, unstoppable Emily Lewis. And of course, a very special recognition to Rick Miranda, who leads any role he takes on with humility and skill and support. This is a winning team, and one that I am very proud to work with every day, a team who truly believes in the land-grant mission and what we can all become. When I was a student here, I did not fully realize what it meant to be a student at a land-grant institution. It was only over the course of my career, thanks in large part to then President Frank's persistence in quoting Abraham Lincoln and in keeping the land-grant mission front and center to all that we did, have I come to hold the deep respect that I have for it now. In coming into this role, I feel a special sense of urgency and acknowledgement that our mission is as important today as it was at our founding. When President Lincoln and Senator Morrill conceived of the Land-Grant Act, they imagined a great democratization of education and the revolutionary idea that any person with the desire and will to achieve a degree should have access to an excellent university. This was to be a mighty tool to help build a country torn apart by war and to strengthen the economy, unify communities, and to build our competitiveness in the world. Is that mission not every bit as important today as it was in our founding? And are we not even better equipped today to carry it out than we were at the founding? Today, we know that throughout much of the land-grant history, leaders did not acknowledge the grave impact of taking land from Native Americans and did not fully open doors to all people regardless of background. I want to thank the CSU Native American students, staff, and faculty who created the Land Acknowledgement, which helps us to remember the history and our commitment to collaborative relationships with tribal communities. I've recently been contemplating a quote shared with me by Associate VP for Indigenous and Native American Affairs, Patrice Atine. Patrice is a member of the Navajo Nation and shared a well-known Navajo quote from Chief Manuelito, spoken a few days before his death. He said, "My grandchildren, education is a ladder. Tell our people to take it." Chief Manuelito and President Lincoln were contemporaries, living very different lives in this country at the same time, yet both speaking to the power of education and the power of access to education. How do we now, a century and a half later, take their vision and all of the history between them and us and look ahead to create a renaissance of the land-grant mission? This work is critical. While we are not in civil war, as in Lincoln's day, we are in a time of deep political polarization and increasing social division. What is our role here? It is not merely to sit on the sidelines and to comment and critique. Our role is to step firmly forward and into that fire, to reaffirm that land-grant universities remain our nation's greatest and most powerful tool in modeling reconciliation and progress. That goes for all land-grant universities, but I believe that Colorado State University should be at the vanguard. Last year, the Boyer Commission, supported by the Association for Undergraduate Education and Research Universities, housed right here at Colorado State University, led by Executive Director Steve Dandenow, published a report called the Equity Excellence Imperative. The report is grounded in the belief that excellence without equity and access is not truly excellence, and equity and access without excellence is just an unfulfilled promise. I believe that. I believe that if we keep focused on the excellence equity imperative, we will succeed in the renaissance of the land-grant mission and succeed in all of our institutional priorities. Priority number one being student success. We are a community dedicated first and foremost to student success, united in our belief in the power of a CSU degree to transform lives. In a time when we often hear people questioning the value of a higher education degree, We must answer that with the well-documented proof of the extraordinary value of a CSU degree. And whether arriving as first-year students, as transfer students, as lifelong learners, our message must be the same across all segments of our university, and that is you are welcome here. You belong here, we want you here, you will be supported here, and you will succeed here. We prove this every day by doing things like waiving application fees for Colorado residents, working hard to keep tuition affordable, continually investing in financial aid and leading in support for our student veterans and our military families. We deliver world-class education and hands-on learning in inspiring environments like nowhere on earth, from our classroom and laboratories right here to the Mountain Campus, to our Todos Santos campus, to the Spur Campus Semester at Sea, through our cultural centers, our athletics programs, our hundreds of co-curricular activities, opportunities for undergraduate research, and we deliver degrees that prepare our students for careers and for life. And our proposition and academic reputation have never been better and continues to rise. We're poised to continue to grow that research portfolio and boost our technology transfer, to promote interdisciplinary collaboration across campus and with our peer institutions, to strengthen our global footprint and more actively engage with our alumni across the world, to innovate around industry partnerships and curriculum, including online learning and credentialing, and to fuel emerging capabilities for climate change and clean energy, including through cutting-edge laser research and so much more. And of course, this all hinges on our ability to recruit and retain top talent. We must strive to be the first choice, not just for students, but also for faculty, graduate assistants, staff, and researchers in all positions. This means competitive salary, pay equity in starting positions and in senior roles, top benefits packages, investments in professional development, commitment to diversity and inclusion, investment in our physical infrastructure, in our beautiful surroundings, and in our community. It means continual improvement of our systems, transparency in our processes and our budgets, and strengthening our shared governance, faculty council, administrative professional council, classified personnel council, and ASCSU. It means excellence in advancement, philanthropy, stewardship, and alumni relations. And in every aspect of what we do, we should seek to set the standard here and across into all corners of the state and into our rural communities. Thanks to the investment by our Board of Governors in the Rural Initiative, we've made significant progress in listening to our communities and responding with resources, investing in youth, in our agricultural, in our food economy, and in healthy communities. And as we move into this new era of leadership and extension and engagement, I'm confident that every community in the state, every agricultural sector, and every student across Colorado will know that they are a priority at Colorado State University. Which brings me back to the final priority I will highlight today, the strengthening of our democracy. We were forged by the great experiment of the democratization of higher education across all of our communities, but we have much work yet to do. Democracy is not a spectator sport. We must all be on the field of play. That's why I'm so pleased that CSU is undertaking the thematic year of democracy this year, where we're highlighting democracy throughout our classrooms, art galleries, our events, and discussions around First Amendment, economic disparity, media, and bringing together speakers of all ideological and political persuasions to model thoughtful and productive dialogue. Thank you to Dean Ben Withers, Marissa Dienstag for your leadership of this effort. Democracy needs champions in this moment, and it is our collective responsibility to be and to produce engaged, prepared citizens who are ready to work with one another, ready to vote, ready to run for office, ready to engage in all facets of civil society. And it is my hope that we take this thematic year of democracy and build that into a lasting priority for Colorado State University to help lead the way in building a path toward a healthy democracy in this country. That is how the Renaissance takes root. So as we begin this next chapter in our great university's history, I will leave you with these words taken from the famous poem, "The Hill We Climb" by Amanda Gorman, which serves as an inspiration to us all. We are striving to forge a union with purpose, to compose a country that is committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. So we lift our gaze not to what stands between us, but to what stands before us. And we close the divide because we know to put our futures first, we must set our differences aside. And while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith, we trust. And as we lift our eyes to the future, history will keep its eyes on us. Rams, let's seize this moment together as a community that is steeled in its resolve to excellence, burnished by resilience, and rich in gratitude. That is the CSU community. Thank you to everyone here who works every day toward excellence and equity and making Colorado State University the best land grant in the nation. And I pledge to you my very best in supporting you as president. And finally, Dad, thank you, and Mom, for sending me to CSU in the first place and supporting me every day. From a freshman to today as president, this is for you both. Thank you. CSU, let's go have the best year ever. Go Rams.
Let's give one more round of applause for our 16th president. With the construction of the beautiful administration building starting 100 years ago in 1923, hosting this investiture and hearing our next performance on these historic steps brings an extra special element to how extraordinary this day truly is. Please rise if able and join the CSU Concert Choir under the direction of Dr. Nathan Payant in the singing of our alma mater, which will be followed by the marching band performing the CSU fight song.
Memory
On that fun note, after the academic recessional, everyone is welcome to join us for the annual university picnic taking place on the Oval with lunch provided by residential dining services. Thank you to those that helped make this day an incredible ceremony, and thank you all for being part of this celebration. Platform party, please stand for the academic recessional.